Hello everyone, I'm Santiago and today we'll teach you how to lock your frame rate. So first of all, download MSI Afterburner. This is not really absolutely necessary, but it includes a program to lock the frame rate, which is RTSS. This is the basic part. After that, I'll show you an advanced part. So first, download MSI Afterburner. Just go to the bottom of the page and download one of these, doesn't matter which one, which will download MSI Afterburner, and then RTSS will be installed as well. Then after you do that and do the installation, there will be two things on the desktop, MSI and Ryzen. We are going to launch this one for the basic part, so we launch it, and you'll see that nothing happens. Well, just go to the bottom right corner of the screen, as you will see right here, and this logo would show up. This is to launch Ryzen, so click on it, and there you have it, as you can see. So what settings do we need? Make sure to have this on low, stealth mode enabled, and here's frame rate limit. So this is what you need. Just click here, write the frame rate that you want to lock the game at, like 42 FPS, just to say something. Press the enter key, and after you do that, the game should have your frame rate locked. So as an example, here's Batman Arkham Knight, and as you can see now, with the 42 I put here, it's already locked at 42 FPS. Then if you want to lock it to 60, for example, just write 60, press the enter key again, and as you can see, it went right away to 60. Sometimes it won't work right away. You have to click on stealth mode on and off every now and then. Not sure what's up with that. But as you can see, now we have 60 frames per second, or whatever frame rate that you want. Just make sure that the program is always running, and when you minimize it, it will go back to the bottom right corner of the screen in this logo right here. But yeah, it needs to be running at all times if you want your frame rate locked. If you close it, the frame rate will be unlocked again. And then if you want to unlock your frame rate, press on here 0, and it will be unlocked once more. So now I'm going into the advanced part, so if you stick around, thank you. We're going to launch now MSI Afterburner, and as you can see, here with the frame rate limit, we can put 0. Well, one thing that I really like to do is to go into Afterburner, click on this gear right here, and make sure to go to on-screen display. And here you'll see these options, toggle frame limiter, which means that you can set a key to lock the frame rate, which I really like. So I use the minus key on the keyboard for that, which in Spanish is tecla de sustracción. So it's because my keyboard is in Spanish. So after you do that, you have set a key to lock and unlock the frame rate. So for example, we want 45 FPS. So as you can see, now it's locked to 45. But if I want to unlock the frame rate for some reason, let's put back the game. We're locked to 45 now. And maybe I want to unlock the frame rate without going back into Ryzen. I just press the key that I set in MSI Afterburner. So I press the minus key, and the frame rate is unlocked once again. If I press it again, it's locked to the value I selected. So a very useful feature. Personally, I think it's something I like doing, to have a shortcut to do so. So yeah. Then another thing that is very useful in this advanced mode I'm doing is that maybe you want different frame rate limits for different games. For example, in Batman you want 45 FPS. If you're playing Horizon Zero Dawn, you want it at 30. So for that, just go down here in Ryzen where it says Add Horizon, and here's the launcher for the game, the executable. Select it, and then you just need to select the frame rate here, I don't know, 30, that's what you want. So the game will now, the specific game that you set in this list will be locked at 30 frames per second, and the global option is for every game that you launch, if you didn't specify any. And basically that's about it. You don't need to know more than that. Just make sure if your frame rate is locked to select the toggle key that you made to unlock the frame rate. unlock it again. So in this case, with the configuration I made, all the games will be locked at 45 FPS unless I click on the key I set to lock the frame rate, and Horizon Zero Dawn will be locked at 30. Basically, that's my configuration. If you want to change it, just click on what you want to do and change it here. You can also delete the profile. So now everything is locked at 45, except if you press a key once again. So if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Now I'm going to just tell you why you would want to do this. If you don't want to hear the chit chatter, just end the video right now. I highly appreciate it. I hope you learned something. But why would you want to lock your frame rate to, I don't know, 45 if you're having 120? Well, maybe the game has very unstable frame times, which is that graph that you're seeing over there. Well, maybe you're not getting 100 frames per second, maybe you're getting 55 and the game doesn't feel very smooth. Well, if you lock your frame rate to something lower, the frame time will be more consistent. So let me lock it to 45 once again. And as you can see now, the frame time, yeah, the game doesn't look smoother in this case because we are not locked at 60. But it's consistently at the same frame time. As you can see, it's locked at 22.2 milliseconds. Let's do this to 60 frames so you can understand what I'm talking about. It will be easier to understand. We put it at 60, as you can see, like I showed you at the start of the tutorial. Okay, so as you can see, unlocked frame rate and even frame time, it doesn't look that smooth. Well, when we lock it to 60, now we got a consistent 16.6 milliseconds, which is wonderful. The game is very smooth now. There are some small spikes in the frame time, but that's due to the game itself. Some games have that issue. But I mean, it's locked at 16.6, excuse me. And when you lock it, it's at 60. The benefits of this, again, the game will feel more consistent. You'll use less GPU, so less heat. And due to the lower frame rate, you'll get less CPU usage, which will be a big difference. Here we're at 28%, 20 to 28%. We lock it to 60, and we are in the low 20s, and now below 20. So yeah, you get less GPU usage and less CPU usage if you're using a lower frame rate. So yeah, that's basically it. That's how to lock your frame rate and why you want to do so, and how to set a key to lock it and unlock it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and see you next time. Bye guys.